I would like Adepobola to talk to us about the industry application of DevOps and backend as we've seen so far. So we're not just looking at the code that everybody is presenting, but we actually know how this is applied in real world applications. Adepobola, over to you.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another version of our IQ.2X session. Pending the time while the mentee for the front-end track is back, I'm just going to be talking a little bit about the IQ.2X DevOps and cloud track, and also about the beautiful presentation that was done by the mentee of the DevOps track, Nancy. DevOps basically, just as I have been saying, isn't just about the skills or the certifications you have. I like to refer to it as a mindset. It's basically a mindset and a set of operations, basically, to deliver applications in a faster, more efficient, scalable manner to the public. DevOps and cloud track, just as Nancy presented today, she walked us through how to set up a VPS server, an EC2 instance, as you may call it. Basically, what she did, you spin up an EC2 instance, either on Amazon or DigitalOcean or any cloud provider, is basically a way of you renting a server in the cloud. In modern world applications, people do not want physical servers in their garage or bunkers or rooms, or using their personal systems as a server. It is faster and more efficient, and also makes it easier to scale your servers if you have a virtual server in the cloud. And that is exactly what Nancy walked us through. She set up an EC2, spin up an EC2 instance on Amazon. Then she also walked us through how to set this up, and also about the various configurations. She set up SSH access, which is basically a way of you logging into your server. You basically log in with the specific permissions you have, either as a specific user or as the root user. And of course, you might also be requested for your password when you try to log into your server. Then also setting up firewall using port 22. The 22 port basically allows you SSH access into your server. The port 80 allows you allows traffic from websites that uses HTTP, and the 443 port basically allows access from HTTPS websites. And this is just a way of you controlling access from public IPs. And also, she also set up tunneling and reverse proxy using Nginx. And a classic scenario of Nginx and reverse proxy is the classic example, or the classic story of a restaurant and waiters, where it isn't just about you having, okay, if you have a restaurant, it isn't just about you having a static number of waiters serving your customers, because there are specific period of days where you might have a whole lot of traffic in your company, or it might just be 2, and then it wouldn't be efficient if you have, let's say, 10 waiters on standby just to attend to about 5 customers. So this is basically just a way of you spinning up waiters as your traffic comes in. So if your traffic keeps on increasing, then you're spinning up users, you're spinning up waiters. And if you have low traffic, then it's basically just you putting your waiters on hold or on standby, or giving them the day off, right? So it's just a way of you controlling traffic also. And then also a way, the Nginx reverse proxy also is a way of you speaking to your server. You don't just speak directly to your server, you speak through the reverse proxy, which is the Nginx. So which is basically the waiter. It receives your it receives your request, and then it sends your request over to the server, and then the server accepts the request with the correct and right authorizations, and then it sends what is being requested back to Nginx, which is the waiter, and Nginx then serves that request back to the customer or back to the public. So basically, these are all modern ways of how modern applications are being served, also in the real world, and also in industries or startups, or even in our big tech companies, basically, right? So big ups to Nancy for the beautiful presentation. And if there are any questions, especially from the DevOps and cloud mentees, I am sure everyone also is building and learning along the way, and would also be happy to see and learn from others what we are all building and learning. So not to take too much of our time, would be handing over to Blessing, and also if someone would like to speak on the back end track. Yeah, thank you, everyone.